I'm gonna triple check, see if the audio. Okay, it's still ticked here. It's still ticked here. All right, I'll open up this. Okay, music's in the background. It's not too loud. Okay, amazing. So, wow, 235 Dawnward, good title. That saves me 2
37.
questions.
I got 2 levels.
So 237?
Yeah.
Damn, you're going hard. Okay. So time to play is a lot, I'm guessing. So what's like your routine, like your weekly routine? How does that look like? Sorry, how does that look? What does that look like? Fuck, now I'm making a mistake. Go.
Fucking symbol dailies, whatnot.
Yeah.
Bit of Legion, totems on the main.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weekly bosses, the usual.
The usual. All right. So just like the standard, kind of like the ones I do for the symbols, and then the dailies that give some kind of reward, and then all of the weeklies that you can. So what's
Monster Park, Maple Tour, all that stuff.
all that stuff? All right. So what's like the hardest thing you can solo, and what are you trying to get at?
I could do Lotus and Damien right now.
Okay.
Solo, trying to. Right now, I'm just trying to hit 250, slowly but surely. And then maybe eventually, like, will parties I want to get into, and then like hard Lotus, hard Damien, eventually hard Lucid, hard Will.
Uh-huh. Okay. In general, hard Lucid and hard Will comes before hard Lotus. Just
Oh really?
yeah, Lotus is like a shit show. And you just want to be able to nuke him ASAP. Or it's like a long, drug out fight, but then if you have a lot of people, it actually becomes... It's like doing a struggle CRA run with 6 people who are all like very, very, very new. It's not necessarily easier than just doing a duo with 2 people who know what they're doing, you know?
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of in that same situation. So if you have a bunch of people that are basically hard will, hard lucid ready, maybe haven't cleared yet, but they're hard lucid, hard will ready, you'll probably still want to get at least like 4 or 5 people to kind of like nuke hard Lotus, because there's just so much RNG going on. It's basically like doing hard Magnus, but the balls are like 3 times the size or something. It's almost what it feels like. And you only have 5 lives, right? So there's, in general, just because you can do it once or twice, yeah, you have to have such a big margin of being able to do it to make sure that it's a guarantee that you could just go in and do it. Because you could just be unlucky one week and then it can be kind of depressing. So what some people do is they take very strong people that can do hard lucid, hard will, like all of that. They take like 1 or 2 attackers and then just fill up the whole party with supports who know what they're doing, and then all of that support will end up making those people so much stronger than the other people just like bop around and try to survive. But yeah, like in phase 2 or 3, if you get hit by some platforms and stuff, that can really make things a lot harder.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to set that up. But so the goal is at least to get to like 250, maybe a little bit beyond, and then all of basically just round out what I guess circle as the end game, like do everything that's in end game, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And is there anything in particular? Oh yeah. Money wise, like how much do you generally make in like a week? You have any idea?
4 bill, 5 bill.
Okay. And then that's all on your main, or do you have like a farmer on the side?
Mostly main, and then I have my Dell and my Dual Blade who does like up to CRA.
Okay.
Which is about like 300 mil each.
Oh yeah, extra crystal value. Okay, cool. Okay, good. And is there anything in particular that you have like big problems with, or big problems, but anything that you feel like you might be, that you just don't really understand fully yet that I can help you with?
I understand like mostly everything to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here long enough to understand that.
Yeah. You've been in the chat a little bit in the meantime. It's true. Are those glasses like
Sweetwater.
Anvil, Sweetwater? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you have 5 set thingamajig. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So this is what you have. Your stat window is like, would you have 100% uptime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I changed another thing. My Legion, for a while I was using full, like nothing in ID really, and mostly boss damage. But then I tested it on a few bosses, and the ID was just better.
Uh-huh.
Like I think here with just having boss damage in Legion, I hit like 92 ID with familiars and was 89 without, and now I have like 91 without and 94 with.
Mm-hmm. And how much boss
Vigil.
damage did you trade in for that? Like 10% or?
Probably like 20 or 30.
Okay, bigger. Okay. Yeah, ID is something that is very valuable.
I was just testing it out on like Vellum and Lotus, and with the IED I was hitting like 20, 30 mil higher.
Mm-hmm. Do you have how many familiars do you have with ID now?
2.
Two,
I have
okay.
2 of each one that you see.
Okay. And is there are you working on the third slot there, or is that something that you're not worried about yet?
It's thinking more when I hit higher levels, when I can start farming them more efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go for the third one.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically just filled from this picture. You just filled everything that you can see into ID instead of into boss.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Okay.
I have maybe like 5 extra in boss or something like that.
2, 4, 6,
Maybe a
8,
bit
10,
more.
12, 14,
Have to look
16,
right now.
18, 20. So you have 10 left or something? You didn't
12
get
extra. 12.
12. Okay.
I'm about to be 6k Legion
Yeah,
pretty soon.
you're close
the
to
next
that.
burn, and then I just have to finish one character. And I'll be there.
Nice. And so you have what did you burn with this Terra burn?
Evan.
Okay. And you got it all the way to 210?
Yeah.
Okay, good shit. And what's the next one that you have lined up?
I'm probably gonna do Luminous.
Okay.
My Luminous is still level 70, so
Oh yeah, that'll be a big.
the extra 10% will be quite nice.
True. 10% on top of 10%. So.
It's one of those classes I just don't enjoy personally. So
Yeah. No, that's fine. It'll be really strong. It'll be really fast. And if it's something that you don't
compared to
enjoy,
Evan,
then
I was quite. It's quite a journey.
so you're not much of a mage player either, I'm guessing.
No. I have 0 of the Explorer mages.
Okay.
So,
Well, that'll be the next thing to mega burn probably then.
yeah.
Will be the mages.
I have like an Ice Lightning at like 60 something. Just gave up.
It's like, I can't do it. So this is your bossing setup for your link skills?
Yeah.
Okay.
My Demon Slayer is at like 200 right now, so I might push him to 210.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the 5th job. I did it fully in Forsaken Excavation side too, because the skills, like the hitbox is basically just like the size of FES2, so you can put that snake down, it just hits everything. Some good stuff. You can stand in the middle, and there's a few skills with very low cooldown that hit the whole thing, and your summons are very strong, so... Yeah, should you get you from 200 to 210 pretty easily. Same thing with Arc, honestly. Arc has it very easy there as well.
I think my Arc's 140.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit further out. But yeah, the Arc, if you have it fully stacked at level 3, that is 16% damage as well all the time. So that's also worth considering as a pretty good one. Same thing with like the Demon Avenger goes up to 15%. But yeah, that's a bit more maxing later. That's typically when you're at 6k and you kind of like establish and you get to 250. And then you're like, I want to get stronger, but I don't necessarily want to do like these huge training sessions that hopefully get me like half a level in 2 hours or something like that. Or not even that, in 4 hours.
Not even, that's what I'm at
Yeah.
right now. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be like 4 to 5 hours to do that. So, wait, how are you enjoying the new 4th V, by the way? Because it looked like it had a pretty nice hitbox, right?
Yeah, the hitbox is huge.
Yeah, I saw the video and I was like, wait, is it supposed to hit that far? That's actually generous.
When I'm using, I think it's called Celestial Dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's procs like every 3 seconds, like
yep. Yeah,
very frequently. And it one-shots like the whole map.
So when you do Celestial Dance, that means when you're just holding down that attack and you're doing the sequence?
No, it might not be. What's it called? It's the fifth job skill there. That's like the Shadow Partner.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Celestial Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more you switch between, and when you have the skill up, the cooldown goes even
Reduces the
smaller.
cooldown with every switch. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, save judgments. For now. Terms and condition because you are.
Spirit of Freedom, I'm still gonna try to get that to max rank.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
have my blaster is at like 110, so I'll just finish him to
that's
140
close.
and then battle mage.
What's your inner ability at right now? 20
I
boss.
got 20 boss, 10% meso, and then the last one is just 5% chance to skip cooldown.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I had buff duration, but it was kind of useless for me, so I tried to reroll.
Yeah.
Didn't get anything. I think I'm looking for attack and crit.
Yeah, boss attack crit. Yeah. Because the later thing is that if you are very reliant on your crit from your link skills, that you basically lose out on a damage link there instead. And if the damage link instead could give you more damage than one line of inner ability could, then that would be an upgrade, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the thought behind it. I guess the typically the mage link comes into play to replace elementalism, and then probably the thief link will come into play to replace hybrid logic.
I think I have the thief link at like almost max level.
Because hybrid logic,
I do have it at max level.
Yeah, hybrid logic doesn't scale all that well. You can kind of compare it to when you look at the flame score, right? Like 1% all stat is probably like a 9 score for you, right? So 10 levels of that is like a 90, but if you come in there with like a bunch of weapon attack, that ends up scaling much better. So hybrid logic does end up, well, it's really good for Xenons, but it's not like they can choose to get it or not. But for other classes, it is definitely much of like a mid-game and an early late-game link skill, but as you get later into the late game and into the end game, usually that one falls out of the top 12, or top 13, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
Which other links am I thinking about here? Because you don't move all that much, right? Like the Ilium link isn't really that useful.
I think it is. It's just that's another class. I think I made it to pass the tutorial. And
It's a mage. Yeah, no, I should have seen that coming.
I'm pretty sure it's good because when I'm using my main bossing skill, it'll always be going off.
Yeah.
And then even like when I use my sticks crossing, most of the time, like if I'm in Golix, I'm still moving. If I'm in, unless it's like bound for the 10 seconds, then I'm not moving. But then like I'm still jumping.
Yeah, it's pretty boss dependent, I'm guessing. Smaller map bosses, you don't have to move that much, especially not with sticks, because you can just hit it from across the room. But ideally, you still want to be moving a little bit to dodge boss attacks, but that doesn't mean that you're going to move enough to keep the stacks up.
Yeah, with Golix, I preemptively go up and down just to make sure I dodge not.
Yeah. That hand can come real quick sometimes.
Yeah.
Should be logged in right now to check my link skills, because I feel like I'm forgetting at least one.
Like the only thing I switch for training is just the Evan and the Mercedes link.
Yeah, you don't need the knockback resistance. I guess it's always the jet skill that I kind of forget. Yeah, there's always Noble Fire, of course, for party bossing. The Adele link.
I have that one at level 2 right now. Actually, I think I have it at level 3. My Dell is... Yeah, I have it at level 3. My Dell is 213 or something.
Wait, does that go to level 3?
Yeah, it does.
Oh shit, it does. Nice. Oh no, Master level 2, but it says 3, but it only goes up to 2, I think, right?
I don't know, it tells me level 3, but it doesn't even tell me what it does.
Yeah, but you have hover over it, it says Master level 2.
Oh, yeah.
But it's one of those badly programmed ones. Like the Cannoneer link that also goes to level 3, but it says Master level 2. So, well, actually, that one also says Master level 3. Oh, but yeah, because it can actually go to 7. So that one can go to 3, but then it doesn't do anything for you, because you still need to stack all 3 to get to 6. So yeah, so that would be more reliable 12% than the Ilium for sure if you're doing full boss partying. So I would definitely pick that one over Ilium, and then probably that would replace
Hybrid Logic.
Yeah, Hybrid Logic, and then the Thief one would be on the back end in case you can roll out of any of the crit rate ones.
I mean, once I hit 6k Legion, maybe I could just do more crit there. Also for my hyper stat, I only have 7 in crit.
Well, yeah, but my thing there is
I
that you
have like
probably want
51
to
points for
you probably want to fill up the critical. Well, you can because you already have critical rate. You probably want to fill up the critical damage, the IED, and then the boss damage
yeah,
first.
those are all at 10.
You know, we're talking about in your legion to fill in your
On
grid.
my Legion, yeah.
So I think you'll need to be like above 7k even to start to have all of those three full and to go into crit, or the characters that you have in your legion will all have to be like 200, which essentially means that you're going towards 8k legion anyway at that point. That's when you can
I
start
think I
filling up
am
your fourth
slowly.
square.
Like it kind of works out for me because I just start playing a new character. I'm like, oh, this character is a lot of fun. Hit 200, and then I'm like, okay, fuck this character. I have
Yeah,
like
you don't see, you
the
don't get the fifth job
Hayato.
skills and think like, oh, this is actually really cool. It keeps going, or
No,
okay,
I have like 12 200s,
okay.
like the important ones, some to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Hayato, the Jet, Kana, and Adele, Dual Blade, Dawn Warrior, Dark Knight Hero. Like,
Oh, so a bunch of your characters that are in your legion are really low level. They're only like 60 or something, or like
yeah.
80 or something. Okay, okay. That
I
does
have
mean that you can
like,
very easily make a lot of gains
yeah,
there.
exactly. I have like 7 level 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
still.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
that's
should
like
have included the.
no, but that makes sense. If you have so many level 200s, and you know on the other side you must have a bunch of lower level ones. So that's like 500 levels that are just up for free, basically, just getting to 140 on those classes. But again, that'll probably be mega burns for you because those classes probably stick there because you don't like them at all. So they'll
Well,
just be.
not only that, but there was also a time where I was doing like only Legion, and it kind of burnt me out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But once I hit like 240 or 240 something on my Dawn, where I'm sure I'll start doing more Legion.
Yeah, I do try to warn against that, as you probably know, that it's good to keep a healthy balance there. And if you find yourself just feeling like it's just Legion chore all day, every day, then you just have to tone that down so you can keep having fun at the game and not feel like you're going to school for MapleStory. It's usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're like you seem to have well, at least looking for it still, but seem to have a pretty good balance between doing that stuff. So that's pretty good. Most people end up at like around 6k once they reach around 250. Like I think that's a pretty healthy balance. Most people get to like 250 bit before that. The Legion will be like somewhere between 3 to 4k. So yeah, I could tell that you went a little bit harder on your Legion, and then now maybe slowing it down a little bit more, relying a bit more on events and maybe, you know, if there's coupons
Especially
or some kind
I
of.
I missed the Celestial event.
Okay, yeah.
That
But
would have been nice, but
would you have gone like very hard on your main if you were there for it? You probably wouldn't got like 250 on your main or something.
I don't even know what the event was. I just know it's really good for Legion. That's all I heard.
Well, so you could pick one of 3 events every week. And one was basically that you had access to one of those special maps where monsters spawn based on your level.
Yeah, like Utah's farm.
Yeah, you had like half an hour per character, and you had a certain bonus experience in there. And other people's buffs also apply for you, not Kishin, of
Yeah.
course. And then as you ranked up the event itself, the duration that you could be in there every day per character went up a little bit, and the bonus experience also went up a little bit. And then the other event was that you basically could get like a charge skill, and every time you use the charge, you would get bonus experience, and it would stack up to 50 charges. And then again, every level, the experience per charge would go up, and then the total, I think, was like 250% bonus experience. And then every charge lasted, oh god, how long was it? I think it was 5 minutes, and then you could charge 50 times, so you can get 250 minutes of it. No, it was less. But in total, no. It was 5 minutes because you could do like a 4-hour session basically with the whole buff on, and then you'd have like a little bit left. So that was really strong. And then the third one was that you get extra symbols from doing dailies. And then at certain levels also you would get extra nodes every day. So at the highest level you would get triple your symbols every day from everything, and you would get 20 extra nodes per area per day.
it feels bad.
Yeah, but you only could pick one of those 3 every month. So sometimes you have to strategically be like, okay, first I'm going to work on my Legion so that the duration and the bonus experience of the Surge skill would be much higher in the last week. Or I'm going to work hard on my symbols and my nodes first so I can get more symbols to get to the higher level area. But then you'd miss out on the extra bonus symbols and extra bonus nodes if you get it early. So you had to like kind of choose for your specific situation what was a right way to go about it. And there were 4 total weeks that you could choose. So. But yeah, there was definitely a lot to gain there, but also it was very interesting that you could kind of like mix and match what your event looked like. That was really cool, actually, that they did that.
Yeah, I remember logging on like once during the end of the event, and it's like I knew nothing about the event. I looked at the thing, and I was just so confused. And
oh yeah, and there were skill points on the side, and you could kind of like amplify your buffs or kind of compensate for lacking of buffs and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Since we're still a little bit on Legion, what I talked about with someone else before about like making 2 different setups for Legion. Do you have one setup or do you have
Legion
2?
Yeah, I have one that's like full crit damage, and then I just switch out like the attack and magic attack or whatever.
Oh yeah, the other one is crit rate to like level mules and stuff.
Lower levels, yeah.
And do you also switch out which characters you put in, like which member bonuses you get to get that? Or
not really, because I mostly have like all warriors.
Yeah, exactly, because you don't really like those mages. Because the one thing that mages do have is they have a lot of characters that give you int in the Legion. So if you focus more on those for an int Legion build-up, that can make all of your mages quite a bit stronger. Because the way you have to see it in the beginning, if you just get 40 int, that's basically 8 levels worth of intellect that you get from the get-go. You put 5 mages in, that's 40 levels worth of intellect. So that can be very nice to, because you already don't like mages at all. Having a more dedicated Legion for them can speed that up quite a bit more. So you have to, stay in that mage hell not quite as long.
Yeah, I have only the Kinesis that gives me int. And then like a Blaze Wizard, but I left that at 120 just for the level 2 link.
So the Ice Lightning will give you buff. If you do the Ilium, that'll give you. And that can start snowballing because there's quite a few of them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 8 or something in total to give you intellect. Maybe not that many. Maybe like 6. Let's see.
My 210 mages just don't give int as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it was in between the 2. So 7 mages. If those are all at, if you have 6 of them while you're working on the 7th one, and they'll give you the 3rd rank, then that's 280 intellect that you will get.
That could be nice.
That is quite nice.
I think I was gonna work on the Explorer mages and then maybe Ilium.
Yeah, Ilium is something that I don't fault anyone for wanting to mega burn that, but especially because of the bad experience I had before. I've heard that they're a lot better now though, like way more responsive. You probably still need to get the auto heal if you have bad ping. But the flight works properly and is actually kind of strong. It's kind of fun to play around with. They are still kind of squishy early on. Some of that is getting helped a little bit with upcoming KMS changes. But yeah,
I'm sure if I go back to it now, it won't be as bad. Because I think my Legion was at like 2k when I did it.
Yeah, that helps a lot. If you put your links on there, your Legion
and whatnot.
Definitely. Okay, but I think Legion link wise, I think you've got all of that pretty well under control.
Like I have notes, I'm pretty sure on what I wanted to finish.
Yep, that's good. Like a priority list of
I think I had my blaster and my beast tamer still really close to 140, so I could get the extra IED. And I was gonna do a paladin for the strength, and like a Kaiser. I think I have a Kaiser at level 100.
Yep, it's easy extra strength too.
Yeah.
And then you like Kaiser and you'll go to 200.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's a warrior. The chance is better than on an Ilium, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. So you're slowly leveling up all of your skills now. Your boost nodes are getting pretty high up there.
I'm not sure if I should be buying the specific boost nodes or just be crafting those.
Yeah, there's so many. Well, I think it could be kind of misleading because there's a lot of decent skills in there, right? Where leveling them up isn't that efficient.
Yeah, it's useless. Well, except for the
Um,
holy symbol, I guess, to a certain
yeah,
extent.
so Holy Symbol is the exception, and also the True Arachnid Reflection, you cannot make that one. So that takes like 4 of them out of the equation, and you don't want any of the boost nodes really, except for those 2. You do have quite some skills in your boost nodes, right, as Dawn Warrior? Do you have a second
Uh,
set of boost nodes, actually?
I have 2 boost nodes that are the same skill. There was a second one that is supposed to be taken, but it's like, I think, really high level training
Mm-hmm.
to like optimize in certain maps.
Yeah? Okay. What is it, like Flicker and Bluster, Mooncross, Suncross, Impaling Ray? Oh yeah, that's kind of... Impaling Rays is even just like thrown in there to fill
That's my
something.
bind.
Yeah, that's a bind, exactly.
Mooncross, Suncross, Flicker, and Bust.
Yeah, the
That's
top
like
one is
dashing
definitely
skill and
way more important, yeah.
yeah.
I see. Yeah, I'd probably make specific ones, but I would definitely, if there are events like these with an event store that has nodes in them, always high focus on buying those out.
Yeah, I was gonna buy out all the nodes and symbols.
Yeah.
And then look at flames and whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
The
flames
temple
all.
scrolls are all pretty much useless at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice when I first made this character during the 17th anniversary event, or was it the 15th anniversary?
15th anniversary.
The
Well,
pixel thing.
Oh god, which one was that? I think it was the Pixel. Well, there were 2 Pixel anniversaries, weren't there?
Pixel Kingdom with like the
With-
Pixel Balrog.
With
and
Pixarog,
It was
yeah.
in April.
That must have been 2000. That wasn't last year, was it? Was it
It was
2000?
this year in April. Because I was looking through the Discord.
Oh yeah,
I
damn.
saw some old messages from you.
Wait, that was this year?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's all one blur for me. Happens when you get old. You can't really differentiate with what happened last year and 5 years ago. It all just feels past. That was 2020. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, good progress since then. The one thing I would say is you're using one-handed stuff, right?
Two-handed.
Two-handed. Okay.
I have speed infusion on my gloves.
That's why. All right, that explains.
With one line of crit damage, one line of speed infusion. At
Yep.
the time, I settled for it because I didn't have the extra note slot.
Yeah.
And I had to switch out holy symbol every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, okay, it's good enough.
Yeah, you don't really need rope lift or anything because you have your up jump.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure with Dawn Warrior,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but if you use speed infusion without the green pot, I think it makes a difference.
If you use speed infusion without the green pot, it makes a difference versus.
Because I remember someone saying decent speed infusion only works if you have the green pot.
Well, that depends, right? Because so your attack speed, so your soft cap is at 2, right, and your hard cap is at 0. So
Yeah.
typically for those last 2 points, you use speed infusion, or you just use anything, right? But you use speed infusion when you activate it, and then you also use. So when you're at 2, you're at the soft cap. You use speed infusion, it'll stay at 2 because you can't go past the soft cap without something that allows you to bypass the soft cap. And the green potion is something that allows you to bypass, but it also gives you a rank by itself. So the green pot doesn't take you from 2 to 1 because that's what the potion itself does, but it also allows the speed infusion to kick in to go from 2 to 0. So that's when you should feel a bigger difference. If you notice a difference with speed infusion, what that means is that you're not at 2 without speed infusion, but maybe you're at 2 with speed infusion, so you're actually at 3 without it.
I do cap with because my I have an attack speed booster, and then I also have my sun and moon skill, which gives me an extra 2 rank.
Yeah, that's 2 attack speed, right? That's why you can hit 0, I think,
Without
with
attack speed
everything.
inner.
Yeah, without attack speed inner and with two-handed. I have heard some shenanigans about people going attack speed +1 and speed infusion and green pot and going one-handed with only lunar and then jumping around with lunar, getting like slightly better rates. But that's some, I think that's some meme shit for for some.
275.
Yeah, I don't know, but right now I think actually Dawn Warriors do pretty well in Limina, especially with that new skill that just explodes stuff all the time.
Yeah, you have really good map control. You can.
Yeah, I saw some
If
videos.
like I'm in CLP, I can just pull out my sign and it's AFK for 30 seconds.
Yeah, you just stand
Everything's
still in the
fine.
middle, right? Everything just
Yeah.
explodes. It's pretty broken. You could just go to the
And then
bathroom, come
sticks
back.
crossed for another 30 seconds, which kills everything, and then
Yep.
my Celestial. It's really good, like for mobbing and bossing, because they work in both ways.
Yep. True. Yeah, they have multi. They're not like they're not the best for either one, but really good for both.
The sticks damage is quite high. It's what is it?
Does it scale well into endgame though? But I feel like it's super strong when you get access to it. Like way stronger than a lot of fifth jobs that other classes get.
It's like 1500 damage, 8 times.
Some ridiculous numbers.
Because it
Numbers are getting
sticks
so
alone is
crazy in
2900
2020.
damage 5 times, but then the thing takes off the cooldown, but it's half the final damage.
Yeah, well, if you feel like that it changes or doesn't change, like with speed and fusion, the best thing you can do is do a battle analysis test on a dummy and just see how many attacks you can knock out in a certain given time, and just see if that number is significant, right? That's what Pathfinders did in the beginning to figure out if the attack speed difference on their macro really, if that was like valuable or not. Because if it wasn't, then you'd be wasting green pots essentially, right? Yeah. So if you want to make sure
No,
you can
it
confirm
definitely
that.
does make a difference with the green pot.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because it allows you into the realm of attack speed that where everyone else plays, and you're like, oh, this is how the how the rich people live on the in MapleStory with insane attack speed. And I remember back in the day when it wasn't really that much of a thing, and you would use one of those old runes of haste, and you just like your character would just be on crack for like for 20 seconds. It was crazy.
Yeah. Especially on like newer characters, it's like, oh, this is what it feels like.
Yeah, and it would, this is what it feels like, the chew 5 gum kind of experience, because your movement speed and your jump would also be greatly increased, so you'd basically feel like you were playing another character.
Yeah.
And then, you sink back into reality and like, oh.
Yeah.
Going back to normal
also,
life.
from what I've heard, is the more you max out the Celestial Dance becomes more damage than your sticks.
Oh, okay.
But that might be like if you're capping on sticks or something like that. Because I think you do cap quite early.
Yeah, you said 1500% damage. Did they redo the numbers on that at all?
I think for your KMST thing or whatever, the update changes, I think they're changing it. I wasn't sure what the change was. Like the way it's worded is kind of weird.
Okay.
I think they were doing a line story on that.
I mean, it feels like they should, because they did on all the high percentages, so they definitely should on sticks, because I think that has one of the remaining... Like, they even did on a true retina reflection, right? That went from 1500 to 900. That would be kind of the same change.
Yeah, because my sticks already can hit up to like 2 bill lines, and I'm not even like that strong.
Yeah, so... Oh, it says here the damage has been decreased from 800 to 160. And then lines from 1 to 5. And max charge damage decreased from 2000.
It's not at 800, is it?
Well, that's the basic one, I think, without charging.
Base.
Yeah, and then max charge damage decreased from 2900 to 580. Wait, so max charge is 2900 with your final damage?
The number of attack activations has been increased.
Yeah, from 1 to 5.
What does that mean?
Attack activations, which basically means that they don't increase the lines, but just the amount of times that the lines pop up. So what they did before was like a skill hits one monster one time, and then they were like, okay, we need to make people stronger and give them more potential for growth because they're hitting cap. So instead of hitting 1 line, now you can hit 3 lines, and we just divide the number by 3 so that people who get stronger can still scale. Okay. But then you just hit like the line cap, like you can't go beyond like 15 lines. So then they're like, okay, well, we want to give them more lines. So instead of giving them 1 skill that hits 15 lines, now we're giving you, now we're making it hit 5 lines, or making it hit 6 lines, but it activates just 3 times. So just the damage just pops up 3 times. So now the total lines goes up to 18. So you just keep multiplying everything. It's like with the, with like the arc skills, like with ancestral, no, not ancestral, abyssal. Recall, and with the big snake, like it's 15 lines on 14 monsters, and then 28 activations or something crazy like that. Did you just keep adding like another multiplier on there to just
Yeah. So that's not a nerf. For a second, I thought it was a nerf. So it's just lines. So.
Yeah, it's just more line story. Yeah. But this is huge, right? Because 2,900 with the final damage going on top of that, that's very easy to cap out, and then kind of just nurtures
but
your
you don't really use it that often, like the full charge. Like you do now because it gives you super stance when it's fully charged.
Well, when you have your 5th job activated, it counts as if it's a max charge one, right?
Actually, it's true. Yeah, you're right.
So during the burst, that's when that capping happens, and this is mainly for people who have to unseal their Genesis weapon, right? They need that potential for that damage. Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. But yeah, the super stance can be nice for sure.
Yeah.
You're basically like a shadower for a while. You're just like spamming assassin.
It's really nice with Lotus actually when she tries to knock you off those plats.
Yeah, because you do everything like, to let her not do that, but you're like, nope. Have you noticed the extra delay in activation for her laser now?
Yeah, it's like the plats spawn. You're like, any second now.
Any second. Yeah, but before it was like Lotus would do like that stutter, right? Which he would like not move for a little bit, and then the lasers would come immediately. But now it's like the stutter, and then it's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and then boom, suddenly they're there. Yeah, you have to really readjust. I've noticed how much I'm like a rhythm player when I'm like I see something happen, I know when it's gonna happen. I see something appear.
Yeah, that's starting to happen with me for Helix. Like I'm starting to.
Yeah, when you get in that groove, but then when the groove changes, it's like, oh shit, you didn't really realize how much you were banking on it until you're like confronted with changes, and it's like, oh, I hate change. Now I have to relearn this boss fight. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can more. Is there any event that you're looking forward now for upgrading? Any kind of order that you have in mind on how you're gonna work on things?
I have like a few options, but I'm not sure which one to go about. Like,
yeah, let's get into that.
Most of my gear is 15 or 16 star.
Mm-hmm.
The only things that aren't is my superior Golix ring.
Yes, I saw it was like 10 or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. And then my Absolab cape, and then like my Dom pendant. The superior earrings, I have my Chaos Horntail earrings that I started a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'll just transfer that. Same for the belt. I have a pink bean belt that started to 15. I'll just get to 16 and then transfer.
Wait, hang on. Chaos Horntail rings, transfer that through a reinforced?
Earrings.
Because it's 130 to 150, right?
Yeah, I have a reinforced earring.
Okay,
so
yeah.
It's already 16, so I'll just get it to reinforce and then 1 more star. And
yep. True. And then you have Epic on there for free, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing I wasn't sure about, because I'll have I'm at like 500, almost 600 coins for Golix.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have my pendant before the 30% off. So I'm not sure if I should just use, because I'll probably use the 17 star scroll on my superior Golix ring.
Yeah.
And then the 15 star scroll, like either I use it on my Dom pendant or the superior pendant. And the Absolad cape, I'm just gonna reroll the potentials because I have a bunch of Zakum capes that I'll just get to 15 and then just redo the potential. It's only like 17% legendary, so it's not that big.
Okay, so you have a plan for. Okay.
But I'm not sure if I should just like 15 star scroll like the Dom pendant, or either way I'm gonna safeguard whichever pendant I star force because I'll only have one. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference
between the superior and the Dom. Well, you already have Star Force on the Dom. Yeah, and like you said, you would safeguard both, and you save a little bit more money the higher the level the pendant is. So the optimal thing would be to like this Saturday safeguard the Dom pendant up to 15, save the scroll for the superior, and then during a 5, 10, 15, get the Dom to 16, and then either decide to keep this flame or try to go even beyond that for transposing in the future.
I hit like 84 flat.
84 flat, yeah. Yeah, that's
not much better.
No, it's about the same.
Yeah, I think this was like a 86 or something.
Yeah, get all set, kicking in a little bit harder there. Yeah, and then safeguarding the superior up to 17, because that's definitely like the next goal. And if you're aiming for just 250, just 250, I mean it's not like that's not an achievement or
Just
something.
250.
Yeah, it's only 250. Are you even trying? No, but if your aiming is to like just to round out the end game and everything, the late game and everything, yeah, you could do. Yeah, like you could do all that stuff. I think we talked about that yesterday a little bit as well. You can do all that stuff, having like decent potential and all your stuff, 17-star everything, as long as the flames are rather on point. You can definitely do all that content, especially with a character that's as versatile and as strong as Dawn Warrior.
The hat I re-rolled to 15%.
Oh yeah, so wait, so that's legendary now?
No, it's still on unique 9 and 6.
Oh, 96. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. My bad.
That flame I got lucky with.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. That's pretty nice play, but a lot of people probably would like to have some 60 and 6s lying around. And that's even, again, the int is not even contributing to that at all. That's kind of wild, yeah. But you lost a decent Mystic Door, though, so we'll have to plan around that.
Fuck.
It was a big sacrifice, but, you know, it's one that you were willing to make, I assume.
Yeah.
16, 66. Yeah.
The CRA gear, I just left at epic because I'm not sure like if I want to go past 17 stars, it's probably the first items I'm gonna work on. And at that point, don't you just start penciler gear instead, or do I just do Fafnir since I have a lot of backup?
Yeah, since you have a lot of backups, you just completely YOLO it. You just send, basically. You wait for a 5, 10, 15 and you just
At
send.
that point, you redo the flame and everything, so...
Well, I mean, if you blow up your item, you don't have to redo the flame at all. What some people do...
Oh, it's true, I just use...
Yeah, the traces. But what some people do is they will open up a bunch of their tickets preemptively, and then they'll see if there are any good flames among those. Maybe even fuse a few to see if they can get lucky, but keep some backups, of course. And then just pick whichever one is like the best flame, and then Star Force that one instead. It'll like... You kind of like lose the investment cost of the initial one of like going up to 17 or up to 16, 17, wherever you are. But it saves you all of the flaming costs of going from wherever you are to whatever the other item is. But if the other item isn't significantly better in flame score that you don't think that's worth it, then you just still use the 17 one you have, and it'll just overwrite the flame score anyway when you transfer the trace.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because I'm pretty close to 17 star, I'm just waiting for 5, 10, 15.
Yep.
But then, honestly, I don't, like, how expensive is it for, like, 20 star?
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Like,
well,
is that even,
if you're someone like me, it's very
especially
cheap.
without a Kana farmer. I don't have a Kana farmer.
Well, you saw my range. Wait, that's not the right one. You saw my my marksman video of my Star Force thing. Like, it can be very cheap, but in general, that's not really how it goes.
We can't all get the streamer luck.
No, exactly. So, wait,
Last cube.
yeah, last fucking cube. Wasn't even aiming for that.
I was watching the video. I was like why is this lucky?
Yeah.
And the last slot in your face.
Because I even mentioned it, like the next cube could be the one, right?
It was.
Yeah, and it fucking was, dude. Holy shit. Because that is, I mean, every next cube could be that one. Like, it's kind of weird to think about, because a lot of times with Gambler Fallacy, you're like, well, I've spent 10,000 cubes, so now I have a better chance of getting. Well, technically, you don't. You have exactly the same chance on that first cube. So.
But also, I'm not sure if like it's just smarter when a 5, 10, 15 does come. If I save like a lot of meso, just like try to 18 star everything and then 19 and then like one at a time, or just YOLO like my CRA gear or something.
Yeah,
You know
I feel like I feel like it relies on your access to backups really at that point, because you can save for, I don't know, you could save for a month and actually get like 4 or 5 backup shoulders for Amaru and like try.
5 right now.
Yeah, or you could save for a year and only have 2, and in that case, it's a way riskier thing to do.
Saving
Right?
since I started, I have 5.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But CRA, you probably have like 40 backups or something almost at this point, right?
I think I have like 150 of each about.
Yeah, so like 30 backups. So that one is way lower risk. Like you'll never run out.
Well, same for the gloves and the shoes. Like I have so many of those coins.
Yeah. So
Capes, I have like 20 capes in my inventory.
20. Okay, that's probably a bit too much. You could probably just get rid of 10 of those because the chance of blowing up 10 of those is
12.
Okay, 12. Okay, that's a little bit. That's a little bit more realistic. I think that's about the amount that I kept as well, in case I get super duper unlucky. Yeah, if you're planning to go past 17, if you're going for the transfer hammer route, then you never want to go 1 star at a time, right? Because then every single time you have to redo the potential, so that's like completely out. If you're doing it on the item itself, 1 at a time, financially is a pretty is a good call. If you are not like just sitting on 80 bill and you can just like send it, then going 1 star at a time makes more sense financially. The big benefit of doing 1 item at a time until it's quote unquote done, and that does mean that 20% can be done for you now, and then maybe a year from now 22 will be done for you now, or 21 will be, and then another year later maybe 22 will be done. But when you can be done with something, that does mean that typically means that 1 or 2 of your dailies can just be scrapped, and then you can dedicate more time to other stuff during the whole time, right? If you go for the, not so much for CRA, because you're still going to be doing CRA for the income and everything, but if you do the tattoo and the monocle first, for example, if you get those done to where you want them, you can just completely drop your voyages and CPQ and everything.
Yeah.
So that could be value.
Voyages right now. I'm just doing CPQ when I can. I still need to save up for a pendant.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, that these days you probably will keep doing that content more than we did before because of the pendant coming in. That is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like 300
I was
or
only
something.
gonna start looking into the pendant once everything is at least like 17-star legendary.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but I mean, it is something you want to be saving up for, of course.
I have like 200 dinars.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Scrapped that daily like 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure as soon as I got the monocle and the tattoo, I took
a sabbatical. Yeah, the hiatus. Yeah. So. Okay. So wait. So you don't have the belt yet, or do you?
I'm missing the belt and the pendant, but the pendant I'm super close to buying.
Super close to buying.
So I'm hoping by the time I buy the pendant, I'll have a belt drop.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay.
Of course, I got 2 earring drops back to back.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Just to rub it in, like, hey, remember these? Yeah.
Here, take another one.
Have another one, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. I guess ring-wise would be the next point to make some gains, right?
After I bought the pendant, I was gonna start buying the reinforced and solid, and then start looking into Meister.
Yeah. Well, you just buy the reinforced, look into Meister, and bring up your Kana treasure, right?
It's already, yeah, my Kana's treasure is already 15-star.
Because that would be the 4 over solid. Solid would be something later. If you want to go for high solid to transfer into either the Kana treasure or the reinforced to get them to 19 without risk on those items themselves, but you can just risk solids. Because solids are not that expensive, and you can actually kind of like mass buy them just to star force them as fodder.
Okay.
But yeah, that's quite a bit after that. That's if you do decide to start pushing past 17. Yeah, but since you have that option in the back of your mind, I think it's good to not go super crazy on the potential. Of course, if you roll your 3 line, then you know cut your losses and move on. But probably should have, as a goal, just have 2 line on everything. That'll already be really good. And then if you hit like 2.5 lines on some items, that'll be nice. And then the main thing you focus on to go beyond that is your WSE and make sure that that's shit's on point.
I wasn't sure if, like my emblem, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to re-roll it. Especially like once I hit the superior Gothic set, I'm pretty sure I can just completely no longer need the IED that I have from it. Especially, I'm
some
really close to
classes.
6K Legion, so it'd be the extra 10% IED.
Yeah, and the extra familiar that you have possible access to for more IED. Losing a line of 40 is big, though.
It'll be swapped out for 35.
For 35?
From the superior set. Isn't it 35?
30.
35 boss.
30. 30 both.
It's 35 attack. Okay.
Yeah, 35 attack, exactly. But then you get your 10. You don't have the Monster Parker medal yet, right?
No, but also my Lumi Link will go from 10 to 20.
Yeah, that was the other one, the Lumi Link, and then the extra in your Legion. Like, yeah, extra familiar. That should compensate. Have you? Yeah, I should probably run it through the calculator though to see what like functional ID you end up
If
at.
I unequip it now with my familiars, I hit 89. Just visually.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I have the boost nodes, extra 20. My passive hypers, I give an extra 20 on like one of them. And then I also have True Sight, which gives me an extra 10.
You have True Sight as well, yeah. Wait, the passive hyper works for all your skills, or?
No, just for my the fourth job, Moon Dancer.
Uh-huh. Wait, does Sticks have built-in ID and crit?
No.
Oh.
Well, it has the 40% from the boost skills.
Wait, 40% from what?
20% from being at level 40.
Oh yeah, true, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can completely roll out of the ID. I have to see. Wait, what are your other things? Wait, secondary is 2-line. And your weapon is 2-line attack as well, right? And a line of strength? Or was it luck?
My weapon is just 2-line attack.
Oh, int. Oh, close enough.
Yeah, that incline.
Smart downward, yeah. I mean, you need that MP though, right?
Actually, yeah. Now already, when I switch out to 2 event rings for like drop or whatever, it's already quite noticeable in the mana.
Yeah, true. They do have that extra value. That is very, very true. There's not really anything you can do to get your MP up without horribly gimping your damage. Sadly.
But it's not like it's like insane problems. It's just like I'm realizing more often now that I'm like, oh, no matter when these potions.
I actually need to use potions. I mean, in the past you would just spam potions like crazy anyway, just to not die, and then the bigger potions made more sense. But now it's.
I pretty much always had the event rings because when I made the character, every single event ring was in the shop, so I just bought all of them.
Yeah, you just get them all immediately, and then you just get used to having them all the time.
Yeah, and then like the boss set was giving me a lot of MP too.
The what? The boss?
Like the boss set effect.
Oh yeah.
Do, like twice 10% MP.
Mm-hmm. You get flat MP from the superior set though, right? Like 2k, 2.5k?
Yeah, 1500.
1500, okay. Not too bad. Okay, yes, so equip at a time, I guess. Okay, so the kind of treasure will make its way in there. And like drop set, what are you using now? You have 4 meso?
I got an extra meso gear on my Zakum Eye, so I have 100% meso right now, and I only have 1 line of drop on my synergy ring.
Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Wait, you already had 4. Oh yeah, you have 4. You need 5.
I have 4, and I got the Zakum Eye.
Brain zapping. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna cube. I was guessing a Silver Blossom ring for a drop, but like if I'd have to get another. Like if I start using the Kana's ring, then I could look into like a re-rolling like the Reboot Cosmos or the Chaos ring or something like that for drop instead.
Yeah. Well, if not right now you have 5 dedicated, right? So if Kana, Reinforced, and Meister make their way in for damage, then all 3 of these can be re-rolled for drop, and then you have your complete set, right?
Yeah, like Meister,
I'm
pretty sure I could make them if I got my smithing or mastery accessory crafting. I have 3 primals.
Oh, that is pretty good. 3 is a pretty good amount.
I don't know what the other materials are.
Twisted Times and Grand Spell Essences are the main
So
things.
all those twisted times.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to make some. I think it's like 600. Well, you can tell what the materials are because you don't need a recipe. So if you go into the crafting menu and you scroll down, you can always see what the materials are that you need. So,
True.
let's see, ring. Boom. Yeah, 800 Twisted Time per ring. 150 Grand Spell Essences. 35 Philosopher's Stones is pretty simple. Mana Crystals drop like nothing. If you sold all your Twisted Time, then that'll take a little bit of time
I have like
to make.
100 or 200 left.
You have Grand Spell Essences saved up? That can be a little bit of a...
Those I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like probably a few thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Grand spell essence. Oh, not even. On my Donor I only have 300, but on my other characters I'm sure I have a few.
Yeah, if you pile them all together from other characters, every character has a few of them, and then you throw them together and you have 100 before you know it.
Yeah, it was like when I was making my wealth potions,
Mm-hmm.
I went on like 4 different characters and found like 30 juniper berry seed oils.
Yeah, it
quite
all
nice.
adds up really nice, yeah.
For the longest time, I had no idea what any of it was. I was just mining everything. Now I'm finally actually understanding.
Yeah, I mean, it's better that way than to mine nothing and then understand and then feel really bad that you didn't do anything the whole time, so...
Yeah.
It would be kind of bad also if you spend a lot of time doing it and then it turns out that it's all useless, but then I would probably say like, oh, it's all useless, you can skip that, guys, don't worry, but...
You know, it's 2 seconds extra, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
4 seconds.
Man, it does add up a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, so Twisted Times, hold on to those. So pendants when superior soon. You're gonna be using the 15% scroll. Dominator this Sunday, trying to get that to 15. And then just wait for a fact in 15 to pop it up to 16. Belt hopefully drop soon. And then the CRA stuff. I think considering your situation, CRA stuff would probably be the first stuff that you try to push past 17. Probably not initially, because I think 17 is definitely going to be close and very doable for you. But the next thing would be just to work on their potential, because there's a lot of gains there still. Because for mobbing, you probably don't really require the damage, but for bossing, it'll be helpful to be able to push a lot harder.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I just leave it at this 17 star, then start working on other, like going past, or just getting into legendary now. Like I've been, I haven't spent like money on this character from like since I was like 225 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, leveling wise, as long as your nodes slowly level up and you keep working on your symbols, then yeah.
I started doing them again, so.
Yeah. But if you are going to be trying to do those harder bosses, you will. Everyone needs to, put their best foot forward so that you can get it done. The problem is with bossing, if everyone is like performing a little bit below, then it just means that the boss is going to be all that much harder. And then once,
oh yeah, for sure,
it's going to disproportionately hit some members, and they'll maybe die out. And then when someone starts dying out, then suddenly you lose a lot of your damage, and then things can get really tricky. And then they snowball, but in like the horrible direction. They spiral out of control sometimes.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't sure if I wanted to go past 17. I was kind of holding off on the cube.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, but because now because of the trace and everything, that even if you do, you just keep all that value in the trace, and then you just transfer it to the new item, right, for CRA. So
even on legendary.
Yeah. Just no. That's when you transfer hammer.
Ah.
The trace just saves basically just a photocopy of the item at 12 star. All the other stuff stays the same.
That's why I thought that, because I was assuming I would just transfer hammer into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Pencilier you said, yeah.
It's better to just steal the.
Yeah, you just send it, yeah.
Because more for the app, so I don't have that many backups.
Yeah, exactly, because of the weeklies and all of that. So that one, realistically, more people just go for 150 high star force.
Like the cape and shoulder, for example, like I just leave that. It's 2-line strength, like terrible 2-line, both all stat, but
I mean, it's so close to being good.
I go past. Or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would leave that until you go past 17. Yeah. The shoe can probably go up a little bit.
The shoe is double 7-line, so I was.
Yeah. Well, it also has a good flame, so you can argue that
for my Apso stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the cape revealed with 105 when I first got it, and then I swear I didn't buy one flame for any of this. I used like 2 or 3 each, and I was just like seeing high numbers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wonder if this is good enough.
Keep.
Like, and then I realized people will have like 40 or 50, and they're like, yeah, that's good. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the
Yeah.
glove had 95 or something, and I was trying to re-roll it, and then I got 85, and I was like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, if it takes too many very quickly, you can be like, well, I'll just settle on this for now and get my
I
gains
didn't
somewhere
realize
else.
that I was actually getting lucky.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, then you start seeing perspective of like, wait, maybe that was really good actually.
Yeah, like when people are like even just smegging their Apso stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure my flames are higher.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, they think it's worthy of smegaing, and yeah, that must mean that I'm doing something right, something like that.
Yeah, I know like my worst flames, it's I'm pretty sure my top and my pants.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to, for my weapon, aim for like a tier 7 with the flames in the shop right now.
With
So
the
for tier
like the
7
black
cap.
flames.
No, the powerful ones.
Well, powerful
Or
cannot get tier
not
7, right?
powerful,
The Eternals.
The Eternals, yeah. Right
Um.
now I have just like a tier 6 attack.
Yeah, just tier 6 attack with a little bit of strength, right? Yeah. That is something that you want to eventually improve on for sure.
Because like Arcane is super far away, so
Yeah.
it's like perfecting this. Well, not perfecting, but
Yeah, if you can hit the tiers, either hit the tier 7 with, or hit the tier 6 with some extra boss or damage, that would be definitely better than this. It's such a shame that you have 74 luck. Like, if that was strength, then would have been way more inclined to say just to hang on to it. Because, like, a chunk of 74 is really good too, right? That's like,
yeah, for sure.
that's basically like 20 plus, that's almost 25 extra weapon attack. Yeah, now 20 stat is more like 6 or 7 attack kind of. Yeah, that's probably worth, but make sure you focus on those nodes first, because leveling up your skill
yeah,
nodes is definitely gonna improve your bossing
I have
damage
like,
by a lot.
like 300 nodes right now.
Okay.
I'm still debating whether I throw them all on the 0 or just go with this character.
Oh, you're planning on playing that and going hard, or?
Not too hard, like maybe like 210, 220, like another CRE mule type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I never know. It was one of my, from what I remember, a character I really enjoyed playing.
Mm-hmm. Well, from my experience, to get a character to where they can CRA if you know what you're doing and you like the character, typically
That's where I'm at. I feel like hitting up to CRA and like HMAG, like I'm a professional. But then once it gets past that point, I feel like I'm kind of lost.
I mean, you've already soloed Lotus and Damien, so I think you can extend that a little bit more, no?
Just, yeah, I guess.
You give yourself a little bit of credit. You did work on that. But yeah, that's not to say that when you play a different character that it might not be like that you have to relearn some things, because every
It's
single
just
boss
so
fight
set
is...
in stone. Like when I make a new character, like I know exactly what to do, what to focus on, like what to get and everything.
Well, it comes with experience, right? As you go past that point, a few more, it'll make way more sense. And the other thing is also, when you have more Legion links and bigger income in Mezzo that you can rely on, you can make these huge leaps that, like I do. You can just stick to your basic CRA gear all the way until 250, and then when you're at 250 you have enough money, like, oh, okay, now I have enough backups, and there's an event, now I'll go into Abzo. But when you're on your very first character, you're lower level, you don't really know how it's going. It's not really good advice to be like, oh, just grind it out until 250 and then get Abzo, because it'll take you forever to get there. It's not really good advice at that point. So whatever advice you give to someone really depends also on the experience and, well, kind of the patience also of the player, of course. But like if they know that eventually, everything will be okay. One thing I was gonna say that we didn't mention before, you can work on your belt, like not the current one you have equipped, but the one that you showed at the bottom, the pink bean belt.
The pink bean one?
Yeah, so work on you have it at 15, yeah. So that you can transfer hammer that one into the superior, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for 5, 10, 15.
So you would aim for like just 16 transfer and then 16 safeguard 17? Yeah. The other thing would be find an extra bunch of belts, right? And then maybe, I don't know, during a 5, 10, 15 try to go for 19 or 20 or 21 or something like that, and then transfer hammer, right? That would be the other thing. Well, the one thing is, when you can kind of risk getting an upgrade on another item without risking losing your current level of damage, I think that's always a really good thing to be able to do. Because even if you fail, it's just that failure, and it doesn't extend to now you can't do your regular dailies and weeklies anymore. And now, whenever you hit something with your character, you're like, ugh, that number is so low.
It would be nice to have the superior set to make like lucid runs a lot smoother.
For sure, yeah, that's kind of the major bump from getting into Lucid and like past Lotus and Damien is to have that superior set completed. Whereas before, it was almost at the point that you would complete that set when you were, I guess, around trying to do CRA. It's really moved backwards a lot from there. Okay, so any specific equip that we're looking at where there's no direct plan? The weapon past the flame is a little bit tricky, right? Going at past 17 stars as well.
I should try to start realigning like my weapon secondary or emblem, which is
that's
like
really expensive.
Yeah.
The best thing you'll probably get is something like you have on your emblem, where you have 2 good lines, and then the other one is at least kind of useful, something like that. Like a secondary that will have 12 and 9, and then maybe a 9% damage line or something, or a stat line.
On my Adele, I got perfect secondary and like a perfect emblem.
Of course.
2-line attack IED, then the 2-line attack boss. It's like, oh yeah, sure.
Nice, yeah, of course. Yeah. In almost no money probably as well.
Yeah, 60 cubes.
Yeah. It figures, man. Every time. The other thing is that if you want to min-max on your secondary, there's also
black cubes that I use, or
wait, what do you mean black cubes?
Like to roll over, if I was to roll over my secondary, for example, with my weapon. Reds and just.
Yeah, that would depend on how much money you have. If you have enough money to realistically get the roll you want, you'd always want to full send it on reds because it'll just be much cheaper on average. But there's of course the small downside that you end up with something significantly worse than what you started with. That's why it's usually, I think, a good time to combine 3-lining it, especially with your weapon, to combine it with like the transfer hammering of a Fafnir 21 into Abzo, for example. Because then you have to redo the potential anyway, and then even if you settle for something that's a bit worse, you'll still make an upgrade because you just gained those 3 stars.
Yeah. There's also still a chance I get a Kaiserium, Curse Kaiserium.
Yeah, that is like the pipe dream on the side. I wonder if... I feel like they increased the drop rate for that one by itself a while ago, and I feel like it doesn't go into the same group of equips that gets drop rate increased with the Papmark and the other ones. But that would be something. And then for that you would just Pencilier up to 22 and Transfer Hammer, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then pray to RNGesus for those flames. Because even like a tier 4 flame is like 140. It's crazy. Yeah, I think it's at 400. Yeah, I think it's 200 for the normal one, and then the liberated one is 400, something like that. With 100 or 200 all stat or something. Yeah, it's no flame advantage, but because the base is so high, the flames actually still get pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the dream on the side, but so every HMAG run for you is kind of like every PAP run for everyone else.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting how that...
Just hoping.
Yeah, everyone else just does HMAG and just hope they don't get dumpstered and have to use an extra charm, an extra buff freezer. But for you, it's like every single one is like a lot in the lottery. You're like hoping that your number comes up.
Yeah.
I think I have
CPAP
3 of them
is
now.
still freaking annoying to kill.
Yeah, is he still giving you trouble?
I still get like destroyed when he does you have to do like the math thing or whatever with the clocks.
The one with the number over his head, or with the clock in the middle with the green squares? Yeah. The worst part is for like the first 8 seconds usually there's not even bombs that spawn, so they say they give you a minute, but the first 10 seconds are almost completely lost and just waiting for bombs. That's already quite silly. And then the worst part is if you have a number over your head from the first part, and then the bombs drop their numbers right on top of a ×2 or a divide by 2 that's already on the ground, and then you can't loot them because you'll mess up your earlier one and then get stunned for 20 seconds. That's the worst combination, I think, in that whole boss fight.
think I just need to rewatch your video again. Like I've watched it twice, but I feel like I still don't really understand it.
So yeah, so you have six parts that are each 2 hours, and he starts just before like 12 o'clock. He starts with the part that's just to the left of the middle. So if that one's an easy cleanse, then just pressing up at the portal cleanses that one, and then just picking up a very small thing. So whether it's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, or 2 hours, all of that will leave you within just the one to the right. So all 4 of those will be able to help you clear those first 2. That's like a good start. And then what you don't have to be afraid of is if you only see like really big numbers, don't keep killing and look for small numbers. Just pick one of the big numbers. And because forward 9 is basically the same as backwards 3. That's how you have to see it. So you're just going back 1.5 pieces rather than forward 4.5. Okay. So sometimes if you want to go forward by 3, what you have to do is to just go backwards by what is it, 27? All right, sometimes going backwards 3 times and just picking up 3 9s will do the same as going forward by 3, right? Because you're
yeah, you're going all the way now.
Yeah, exactly, because you're just and that will be faster. Of course, the clock is like spinning, but as soon as the clock starts spinning, when it comes to the numbers, it's already at the part where it's going to stop. So if you do the maths perfectly in your head, and like I'm not saying that I can do that at all times, but theoretically, so you're going back by 1.5, right? So you're going back by 4.5, which means you're going forward by 1.5. So if you want to go forward by 1.5, and you pick up 3 9s just back to back to back, and you go to the portal and you immediately press up, whichever one it would end up at already gets cleared, and you can start looting the next ones. Like you don't have to wait for the clock to land on there if it's doing a lot of spinning. Yeah, maybe that small trick can help you, but yeah, just kill all the bombs you see so you have as many numbers as possible. Yeah. That's the main thing, and just the most annoying thing is that you get grabbed by a hand while you're trying to loot those things. So don't forget that those things still come down to still mess with you, because nothing's as annoying as like, oh, you finally get the one, you have like 4 seconds left, and you run towards it, and then you get grabbed, and then you miss it just at the end, and he does a full heal, and it's so demotivating.
Yeah, I'm just trying to burst them before any of the mechanics actually happen.
Yeah, that's basically the goal for that boss, is just to have the access to the best mechanic. I believe once you get the 17 star, once you get the superior set in, you'll be way closer to being able to do that reliably every time. Maybe even use your iframe to just stand in the middle and just like tank some of the stuff. Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
So you don't have to like cower into the side.
I was not even using my iframe during my burst. Like I would just save it to just when he does like something stupid.
What I tried last time actually is a little bit different than in my video. Is I would like stand in the middle, stand to his left, and wait until he walks a little bit to the left. But if I notice if he walks too far to the left, instead of going into the left corner, because he's already kind of close to you, and maybe he can force you to use your iframe already to just get out of the corner. Instead, I went all the way to the right corner instead, which seems way safer because there's no arm going all the way down like there is on the left side, and you actually create even more space between him and you, and even after the rifts are gone, he still hasn't reached you at all. So I feel like that could be even a little bit more safer in the beginning. Okay. You get what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, just that's what I tried last time on my marksman.
I'm able to avoid it pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more like I think it's the gears he summons, not the clocks, but like the gears on the floor.
Yeah, the rifts. Yeah, the big blue ones.
Middle between both of them. Is that possible or?
So there's 3 of them, right? And there's no space between the 2 on the left, but between the 2, well, so like the one on the left and the middle one, there's no space there, you can't stand there. But the one in the middle and the one on the right, there is enough space there, and that's where you can stand. If there's rift and lasers touching at the same time, that's kind of like the place you have to stand to stop the lasers from touching. But if you're standing there, you have to jump right before the lasers get to touching. If you don't, they touch right over your head and you still die. So as they like approach that position, you have to jump and kind of like come down from your jump together with the laser dropping down. Otherwise, it hits just over you. And then the worst part is when you're standing there, because the lasers are going to be touching and because there's a rift, and then he puts a clock there, then that's like the 100%. That's where you need your iframe. But then you still have to jump, because if you iframe to dodge the clock, and then that makes you not jump, and then the laser's still touched, then by the time your iframe runs out, the lasers are probably still going off and hitting like their third or fourth full hit, full map clear, whatever it is, and then you're still dying to that one. So you still have to follow the mechanics there after that one, that iframe even.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so for the hard, we don't go super hard. Okay, let me just go back one item at a time just to make sure that we have all of them kind of like figured out. Like the short term and then the long term plan. So, so drop rate, Mesoptane, that's going to be accompanied by your rings. That's only going to be after you're really going for 17, after you make your Meister, all of that stuff. Maybe a little bit sooner.
I'll be able to do one pretty soon. Like as soon as I get the Kana 17,
yeah,
then I could switch out one of the event rings.
Yeah, it'll go into phases, and then once you get the reinforced, and then once you get the Meister. Yeah, exactly. Everything that will all stay in place. Legion and Links, you're right, working on. Cool. The earrings you were double transferring over. The Golden Clover belt you were sitting on for the Superior belt. Once you get that, yeah. So this is set. This is set. This is set. Familiars you're working on, you're going to go harder once you get to 245, 250, 255, whatever. Higher level area. Lydium Heart, you just sit on for now. Hope for one droid. Cave's like, okay. Yeah, Flame's good. Yeah, and since you keep the Flame, this seems like a prime candidate for transferring with the Enraged Zakum. So if you don't have an Enraged Zakum yet at 15, I would do that, definitely.
Yeah, I don't. I think I have just one at 12.
Oh yeah, okay. So I wouldn't transfer the Zakum Cape over at 16 and then like double switch to get this one to 17 more easily. I think the short term would be to get both the Absolab Cape to 15 and to get it up to 17 during a 5-10-15 and the Enraged Zakum Cape. Because I think taking Abzo to 17 through transfer hammering when it's already legendary potential, I think that's still a bit of a waste. I think it's only worth if you're going to take it beyond 17, like to 20 or something. At that point,
I could just use the 15 star scroll on this and then just safeguard a pendant, or?
Yes, that is true. Yeah, because this one would be more expensive because it's higher level. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, good point.
So just safeguard both pendants.
Yes.
The Dom and the Superior.
Superior, yeah. But will you be able to buy it before Sunday, though?
Yeah, I have right now 500 coins. Before this Sunday, no, probably not.
No, you won't be able to get it, right? Because it's what, 30? And you don't have any of those old coins left to...
No, this character I made after the change.
Okay. Yeah, so that one will be for a later date. That's okay. I mean, as long as you're playing around the events as best as you can.
It'd be better than to just scroll the pendant and then just safeguard the cape, I guess, since I have the cape now.
Yeah, yeah, that would be better overall. Well, we'd have to do the exact math, but I'm pretty sure that's better. Yeah.
Because if I were to transfer hammer the cape, I mean the legendary is. I mean it's not even like two insane lines like.
No, but the problem with the transfer hammering is that you always have to do an extra star, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And that's that extra value.
I would just get it to 15 anyways, and then wait for the 5, 10, 15 before going.
Yeah, no, I get you. If that's okay with you, if you're planning on, well, you're probably planning on recubing anyway. Epic to legendary is not the biggest expense. No, I kind of get you. Yeah.
Like if it's like a very small difference, I'd rather just go like the easier route.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's probably not big enough of a difference. You're right. I'm probably nitpicking here a little bit. Yeah. You can though for the long term do a second Enraged Zakum Cave, okay?
Yeah, I
to
think
50,
that's what I'll do.
And then hold on to that one super long until a 5, 10, 15, and then see if that's one of the characters you can go crazy on.
We shouldn't have one soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Because there could also be a situation as you're tiering up your cape, maybe you hit like 997 on unique or something, and then you just keep it unique.
Yeah.
What, 997? Would that be the number? 10, 10, 7. Yeah. 10, 10, 7 or something? right? And then you wouldn't even go to legendary. So that would be even better for the long-term plan that we have. So secondary I wouldn't touch yet. There's always the option, of course, of Princess No, but that's pretty min-maxy. I don't know if you.
I have one. I have one at Epic right now.
Okay, you have one at Epic, yeah. So one thing you could do, if you really feel like rolling, you just go on that one, and then you could just go full red cube until it improves, right? And then if it improves, you can red cube this one again, and then you just switch to whatever one is just the best for your situation. That way you can pretty low risk upgrade. Like I said before, if there's a way that you can upgrade without any kind of risk for your baseline of what you're already used to, that's always beneficial. The downside, of course, is it costs you a lot of extra money because you're basically doubling up on stuff, but there's a huge upside to not having to lose your level of what you can already do, your rhythm. Man. Yeah, so for the emblem, I'll definitely do the maths to see if you can get rid of that IED. Even if you get rid of that IED though, that doesn't really improve your. It improves the total amount of damage that you could be getting from it, but it doesn't improve your outs, right? Actually, it more narrows down your outs to just attack.
Reline attacks, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a question if that's really an improvement on your current situation. But either way, this would be like the last one of all three of those to work on, because for your weapon, you could be working on a Fafnir. I don't know if you're going to get a Fafnir to 15 next Sunday as well, to sit on that, to see if you can maybe get one to 20 or 21 during a 5, 10, 15, and then transfer over your weapon, and then you can start redoing the potential on your weapon. That would be...
Now that you mention it, I will be doing that.
Yep.
I never thought of that.
Because you probably have enough tickets for like a few backups there as well, right? If you have... What did you have, 150 of the other ones? Yeah, so you have at least like 7 or 8 weapons, I'm guessing.
So, yeah, 15 star, the Faf. I guess the Dom Pendant too I'll do.
Yeah.
I guess at that point, I might as well just safeguard the cape and do a Zakum cape at the same time.
Yeah. Or do 2 enraged Zakum capes, whichever you want to do. 2
capes instead of the Abso.
So that's like the 2 options. Either you safeguard the Abso and safeguard like a... And not safeguard an enraged Zakum, get both to 15, and then wait for a 5, 10, 15, get the Zakum to... and then focus on the Abso to 17. And then if you have money left, you know, with all the stuff you already want to do, then you can try to like YOLO some 15 star level 150 gear. Or you do 2 15s now, and you just... And then at the 5, 10, 15, you do like the 16 transfer, 16, 17 on, and then you keep the other cape and fall into the same scenario. Those are kind of like your 2 options. Second seems a little bit more tedious, but... and you'll be waiting for your gains a bit more.
Yeah, I'll probably just do the cape.
It's a bit more straightforward, yeah. So it's a little bit less memey, yeah. Yeah, for shoulders...
And then I guess the Dom Pendant, I'll have to do that too.
Yeah, you'll have to safeguard that one, right?
I still have one 15 star scroll that I could buy from the shop. Because the 17 one's for sure going on the Golix ring.
Yeah, Golix ring 17. Well,
I guess it would be most best on the superior pendant since I won't even have it before the 30%.
Well, the best would be... The very best would be the 15 star on your Golix, Superior Golix ring, and use the 17 on your cape.
On the cape?
Yeah, since that one's 10. That would be the best value there.
I mean, the ring is what, 11?
Well, the ring is level 150, right? And the cape is level 160.
True.
So that would be the best value. And then all you have to do is wait for 5, 10, 15, and then safeguard the ring up to 17.
Fuck. There's so... yeah.
There's a lot of options, but I think financially, I think that's the optimal one. But we're kind of splitting hairs at this point. Like, it's not like... We're not talking about billions of difference or something. It's like...
Yeah.
Hundreds of mils at the most.
So just 17 the cape with the scroll, and then...
Yeah.
15 star on the pendant because I won't have it, and then just get the ring itself to 15 and wait for the 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, that would be the one. Yeah, that's the play.
There's so many. Yeah, I didn't think of all these.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
Dom-
these are not like the hugest decisions, but if you want to make the most out of your money, yeah, then this is the level of decision
Especially
making.
that I don't have a Kana, so
I wonder if the people watching this later can like do the puzzle in their head when they're like, oh wait, what are they what are they talking about
what are they
exactly?
talking about?
Maybe if they like write it down or something, be like, oh shit, okay, wait, hang on.
I am writing this down.
Yeah. It's good to have some visual
Cool.
aid on the side, yeah. Okay, so
I would take care of everything to 17, yeah.
yeah.
Cape, because I'm just missing the cape, the Dom pendant, which will eventually transpose, and then
Yep.
the pendant was the last one.
Yep. Hit it.
And the ring, I'll just get it to 15 with
Yep.
30%.
Yep, and the kind of treasure will go out of 5, 10, 15, and the reinforced and the Meister will come so much later that there'll probably be other events at that point. The glove is escape to 17, so for the gloves, yeah, the long-term plan would be like those root gloves, right?
Yeah.
And then at that point you'll have more room in your matrix. It won't be that bad to switch into decent speed infusion, and then you'll be rolling black cubes for double crit damage anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can already pre-make that glove, but yeah, that could be a little bit preemptive. So the one thing you want to look at, well, it's probably decent because you said you make money at a decent pace, and it's not like you're way behind in your potential, so it's not like you will be dumping billions into cubing anyway. So it's probably a good idea to just get like one of each of the pieces to 15 prepped. It's probably a good idea.
I feel like that's still more long term, because if I'm trying to pass 17, I'm sure they'll just end up booming.
Oh yeah, that's
at
very
that point-
possible, but it is possible that they just don't boom at all, and you just sit on a 21 before you know it. Like that is possible.
Actually, my first ever time star forcing past 12 was my weapon, my Fafnir weapon,
Mhm.
and it went like 10 to 15, 0 fails. I was just like, okay, star forcing is easy.
Yeah, this is like
And,
you're
strike
cubing on the.
costs double the average. And shit.
Yeah, it's like you're cubing your flame reveal on the Abzo again. You're like, oh, flaming is easy, and then you try to reflame. You're like, oh, wait a minute, maybe it isn't all that easy. Yeah.
I guess yeah, I couldn't get a glove as well as the boots to 15.
Mm-hmm. And then a shoulder, you could do that one as well as prep.
Is it still worth it? Like once everything's 17 star, get everything legendary 2-line, and then from there move forward.
It depends on how close the other event is. Like, say the other event is in like, say there's in 3
even,
weeks there's
like,
a 5, 10,
first
15.
5, 10, 15. Wouldn't it be like I don't even have anything 17 star, so would it be a little too like in the future to already be thinking past 17?
It's only if you don't have the money for it. If you have the money for it, then you can try to send. Because then if you do, you just save so much money on redoing the potential, and then all of that money is invested in. People kind of underestimate Star Force and overestimate their potential. Potentialing is really something you do to round out your equip once the Star Force is in place, basically, and not the other way around. It's not like, okay, I have my potential, now I can start working on my Star Force. The potential gain,
still a lot of my gear lower.
yeah, which is fine. So that means you can sit on that money, and then whenever a Star Force event comes up, you can go hard. And that's for the long term play. That's way more viable.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to sit on potential that's like very suboptimal, or maybe even is like equivalent of unique, or even like kind of average unique potential when you already have legendary.
Yeah.
If you get
Like my, I think it was my pants are like 6, 6, and 3.
yeah, like
So just leaving
because
at that.
some people will laugh at like my hero, where it's like, oh, you have some epic items or you have some unique items with just like 1 line of strength. It's like, well, that's cool, but I do 4 trill burst like BA, so I like I don't yeah, like I know what my character can do, and that's good enough. Like whatever equip gets me there doesn't really matter all that much to me. In the grand scheme of things, if that was my main and I was like highly investing in trying to get a 22-star weapon when I still have that, yeah, that would be a dumb decision. But that's not the situation I'm in, right? Like as long as you are like in control of your upgrade situation and you know what you're doing, then you know it's all about not seeing an epic item and being like if it's really start itching, then you know you like you could throw like a black cube on it so that you can always rely on what you had before. But
Like even those earrings I just use as my quote unquote damage earrings.
yeah, exactly. Like as long as your character is overall strong enough, one or 2 items being a lot weaker. That's why I try to dispel the whole with people like, oh, I don't have potential badge, or I don't have a heart, or I don't have totems. Like, yeah, that's fine, but you know, you just have to upgrade all the other things just a little bit more, and they'll pick up the slack. Like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So as long as you're aware that, you know, the grand balance of everything is where you want it to be, then you're good.
Yeah, because already just getting everything that's at 16 to 17 will give me like 100 attack or something, like even more than that.
Yeah, it's
And then
so
all
much.
the flat stat.
And all the flat stat. Yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure next 5, 10 to 15, I'll get like I'll see a big increase in my damage.
For sure. Even without.
I was already upset last 5, 10, 15. I didn't really realize the cost. I could only afford everything to 16.
Yeah, even and that was the guaranteed ones to 16, even without the without having to risk failure. Yeah, no, it is a lot, but I mean, and the big part of the cost to get to 17 was already paid in getting everything to 15 in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else is like in a good spot. The big move after that, yeah, I think it'll be beneficial for you to just try to send. So that'll be like the next thing, right? Is when there's a 5, 10, 15, do you then try to go for boom everything 18 and then everything 19 like that way, or do you go one item at a time and try to hit 20 or 21 and make it big on an individual item? That's kind of like that's going to be your decision.
Everything at 20 is unrealistic for me, so I feel like one at a time would probably be the move.
Yeah, that is. So that would be again, that would be probably financially the best decision for you. The downside is that could mean that you will be waiting for 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 10, 15s before you get all of the pieces up to transfer them.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, because you're not going to be like.
I've always been more like a casual, but at the same time, you know, not like just going with what the
just very patient.
Yeah, patient.
Yeah,
not as much as with my meso, but now I'm finally a lot more patient.
Yeah. Well, you have to just grow to be more patient, because every next upgrade just becomes more and more expensive. And as you've realized, when you don't really know how expensive they're going to be, you're going to be confronted with that sooner or later, where you're like, oh, okay. You're like, oh yeah, let me just get that to 18 real quick, and then you just spend 3 bill trying to get to 15 and you don't get it, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess we have to calculate that in for next time.
So we gotta wait another year or
2 until we can try that again. Yep.
So it would be like worth, after I get everything 17, to just cube it all, get like 2 lines at least.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too expensive on most of your stuff, right?
And then while I'm waiting to go past that, I just chill with that. 17 star items, like 2 line legendary.
Yeah, you can definitely still make the biggest gains on your
Because I can always just have that for like I don't know, half a year, and then the next 5, 10, 15 save up, I don't know, like 50 bill, 100 bill, like really save like every single meso there yet.
True. I mean, don't forget your earring will come out as epic. Your shoe's still epic. Top and bottom are still epic.
I was already gonna probably throw like some black cubes or whatever.
Your on your face 2 lines on legendary, like those will be pretty big upgrades. Once your rings start coming in, those will have to go all up to legendary. So that's still money that goes into that as well.
The cape in the shoulder. It's like the worst. It's 2 freaking.
Yeah, 2 lines of all stat. Yeah, I mean, it's like the lowest thing you would settle for when you get to legendary, while you go in like the first round of cubing. But if you don't have enough to circle back, then yeah, that's where they will stick for a while, I guess.
All right.
I think that takes us
5, 10, 15. Let's hope the 16th or the 15th, whenever they announce it, it's in there.
Yeah, I hope you can get a little bit lucky on the 17s, because one item, or like a few items, will just go 16 and 17 immediately, and then a few of them will fail like 5 times, and it'll feel horrible.
It's what, like 30%?
Yeah, 30% chance. Yeah. So that is still, yeah, on average 1 in 3, 1 in 4. So it can still be kind of expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, no boom and no having to safeguard to 16 saves you so much money.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Be safeguarded.
yeah.
Gotta do it.
Oh, yeah, you have to, yeah. Even if the boom chance is very low.
Items, so
yeah. Well, you're gonna be booming.
One of them I'll forget to safeguard, and then I'll see a boom. Take a little few.
You'll boom some CRA. Don't worry. Once you start going past 17, you'll definitely boom some CRA.
I already have so many backups.
Two-line of all stats, so bad. I feel so bad, says the one Xenon in the chat.
Not only 2-line all stat, but I'm pretty sure they're both 2-line all stat with like a line of dex or a line of luck.
Yeah, that would actually be like perfect Xenon.
Yeah.
Potential, I mean.
Just job change.
Yep. He mad. Okay. I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
I don't believe we skipped anything. I think we went over all of your options. Hopefully everything is a bit more clear now.
Yeah.
On
There's
where
a
to
few
go.
things that I was kind of going the wrong way, but wasn't like
Yeah, minor
anything
readjustments.
huge.
Yeah, nothing huge. No, in general.
And for drop, even like once I switch out the pendant, I could always roll my Machanter for just drop rate or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I didn't double check, but does all of your drop rate stuff have like one line of strength on it as well?
Most of it. I think there's only like most of them is like a Meso Allstat or Meso Strength or
yeah, exactly.
Item Allstat. I think there's like my earring was the only one that has only Meso, but that one's gonna be thrown away, and then the earring I have right now is gonna cube that to legendary to replace it.
Oh, you're gonna do that for the flame score?
No, because the earring I have, one of my earrings with Meso is gonna be going into the superior earring. So I was gonna re-roll the earring I have now for Meso.
And the other one will be drop, so you can keep the flame on that.
Or the other one was just gonna be like strength lines.
Okay.
The superior one, just for bossing or whatever.
Wait, you have one legendary with Meso obtain, and then you have one.
Yeah, but that's the one that's 15 star, or 16 star. And that's gonna be transferred to the superior.
Right. So you don't have to like safeguard or risk one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Okay. All right. Cool. Anything else you want to add?
Don't think so.
But how amazing this was, and how much you recommend other people to.
10 on 10 would recommend.
There you go. What a scathing review.
I mean, I came back for a second one, so.
Yeah, exactly. Back for a second.
Good.
The third one,
it's
you're
actually
gonna
funny.
be.
I was watching the first one we did like last night. I was just looking at the progress I've made. It feels good, man.
Yeah, that would be cool if you come back for like a third one when you're 250 and like doing.
I didn't even have CRA set yet.
The hard bosses, and then we could like go back through all three and do them like back to back and kind of like see the progress with the
once
dates.
I hit 250, I'm coming back because I'll have no freaking clue what to do.
Yeah, from there on, it's gonna be. Well, the big thing is that probably the game will change a lot since by then. I think.
But I'm trying to aim for. I don't know if it's reasonable, but like 250 before the end of the year. It's gonna be a lot of training.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of training. You have a lot of totems.
Actually, I don't even think it's possible with the amount of totems I have.
Maybe.
I think I have like 10 left already for this month.
Oof! Wow, you're going hard. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to do at least every second day. Because even just for mesos, like if I am not using. Usually, I always have Legion Wealth because that's like all I use my Legion coins on, other than drop rate for Golix. So usually, like just with like the Legion, I'm able to make like 400, 450 an hour.
Well, that's not bad. It's pretty good. Well, one option would be if you have run out of totems but you still want to make progress, is that you go to bigger maps, maybe even morass maps. So like the true fat maps.
I think if I do hit 250 and want to go further, at that point I will invest more in my Kana, because I already have a Kana, like 10k stat with like 4 event rings and like already CRA stuff and whatnot.
Right, that's very good foundation.
It's just I really dislike it, but I'm sure if I do hit 250 and want to go further, the joy of progressing further will even out with
the level of hatred that you will be willing to accept will increase probably.
Yeah.
Because the projected gains will outpace the projected hatred. So at that point. All right, seems good. So we'll hear from you in a few months. Once you're 250.
Hopefully within 1 or 2.
Yeah, hopefully in like 3 weeks, right? That's what we're looking at. 3 weeks is the end of the year. 220 will be over.
Yeah.
Oh god, this year just flew by. Holy shit.
It's crazy though, because I started this character like literally April, and before this character, I never even had a 200. So.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is different now.
crazy what Scardor will do for your account.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Just
go.
tuning into the stream, guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Every day.
that's how we saw that you're already well on your way because of all of the knowledge is soaked in. All right, enough, enough of that. Well, best of luck. I'll see you in the chat, of course. And if there's any like specific bossing stuff that you want to talk about, we can always, just hit me up, ask me in the chat, and then we can maybe give you some.
For sure, for Will, I still haven't attempted, so I'm sure that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's one of those you just gotta. I mean, you definitely want to do some research, but you have to just go in there and feel it because it is very different doing it from
Same
seeing.
with Lucid. Like I've seen you do it so many times. I saw so many videos. Then my first attempt, I was like, "Why the fuck am I dead already? Like,
yeah.
Why do I have 0 lives? It's still part 1."
Yeah. No, for sure.
No, I've already made a lot of progress on just with our Lucid party.
That's one of the downsides of
4 times the first one.
One of the downsides of showcasing what can a class do, it kind of bypasses the whole like what do you have to do to get to that point to where you can realistically do that. Because it is good to showcase like this is where you're headed, but you also have to be fair about this is the amount of work you're gonna have to put in to actually get to that point. Yeah, like those bossing compilations where you just one-shot everything, that's really cool. But they don't show like the 4 years of grinding to get to that point, and it could be a little bit false advertisement-ish. Oh yeah, or you could just make an Adele, and then you can still do it.
Honestly, I was thinking of actually going pretty hard with the Adele, and then literally, I think you said this, like once you take all the damage away from Adele, like not to be like hated towards the Adele mains, but I feel like it's not that fun. Just kind of like
it's very repetitive.
Just explode everything.
Yeah. But for some people that's really fun. For some people it's really fun to just not kind of turn off your brain and do something else on the side and still make good gains. Like that's what's fun to a lot of people. So fun is in the
just
eye of the beholder.
That I rarely see Dawn Warriors. That's kind of like cool.
Yeah, you see them up to a certain point and then they kind of just like fade away. They don't
I'll be the first 275 Dawn Warrior Reboot.
Is there no 275 yet?
I don't think so.
Wait, didn't we get one recently? Hang on, Maple Story. .gg. I thought we had.
I remember checking and there wasn't.
Okay, no, it's possible. Wait, how do I check here? View all. Any reboot. Oh, that's only the ones that aren't 275 yet, right? Where is Dawn Warrior? Oh, it goes by how long they need. 270? Is that the highest? Jendo hit 275? Yeah, but that's an Adele, right? That's an Adele. Who even cares? You basically start at 265 as an Adele. No, that's still pretty impressive. Is Nevray, is that the highest Dawn Warrior?
Maybe. It'll be me though. Give it a.
Yeah, it'll be you. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go though. I have an appointment to get to.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just check out these rankings and I'll leave you to it. Best of luck, and I'll see you around, dude.
Yes, sir. See you in chat later.
Yes. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks again.
Yep. No problem.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see. Ranking North America. Job ranking. Explorer. Cygnus Knights. Dawn Warrior. Reboot. Looks like there are. No, wait. Dawn Warrior? Wait, this is the wrong emblem. No, see, it looks like there are 4 of them already. But then this guy, Nevray, is 270. Yeah, so that guy is the closest. And then 265, 262. No, it seems like there are 4 of them already. So he can be 5th at best. And he's going to have to catch up a little bit. Oh, Oishi, Smooths, Sakti, and Kajik. I don't know any of these. I think I've seen the name Smooths before. I think. Yeah, no, so, no, I thought that I was right. All right. It is time to do the thing we did before. Let's see. Because of the holiday spirit and the generosity of some people in the chat, we still have free progression sessions to give away to people in the chat. So if you guys would like to win a free progression session like this one, let me know in the Twitch chat right now that you are willing and able. Free, yes. Either a 45-minute equipment upgrade session or a 1.5 hour like this full account progression session without any cost to your person. Type 1 in the chat if you would like to win it. I want anything if it's for free. Only if you really need it. Let's see those ones. Okay, we have a bunch of... Jesus Christ, way more than yesterday. Holy shit. Okay, only if you really need it. 1, don't pick me. Shut up. You want it, but to claim it at a much later date? That is also possible. So many really need it, apparently. That's a lot of people. Holy shit. You just came? Nice. Were you watching some porn? Okay. Wait, this is going on YouTube. Don't be too edgy. Okay. Wait, it is, then 1. Alright, cool. Fuck, Heartstick 1. Flag race is soon. I know it is soon. That's why I switched characters. Let me do this before flag race real quick. Or during flag race. Who cares? Why is everyone saying 1? You, sir, were not paying attention. Okay. Alright, this is the list of names that I have. Boom. Oh god, this is not a good way of doing this. We will streamline this process for next time. Wait, Smidley? You gave one away for free. Why is your name in here? God damn it. Crispy Cleavable, any class you don't have. Wait, what? Me, I'm available. Okay, I guess that counts as 1. I guess. Isn't there a raffle function on Twitch? Yeah, but then everyone just enters, including a bunch of people who don't want it. And then it's like, okay, you win. It's like, oh, I actually don't really want it. Just give it to someone else. Fine. We'll do a fucking raffle. Okay, how do we do this shit? Is it flag race yet? No. A fucking giveaway. Door giveaway? No. Free progression session giveaway. Enter if you need a free progression session. Flag race time? Not yet. But then the tickets have to cost 0. No, fuck it. It's for viewers. The tickets cost 10. And you can buy at most... You can at most buy 1. Everyone has the same chance of winning. But the ticket is at least... No. The ticket is 20. At least. Create and start. Boom. Alright. I started it. Also, it said time elapsed 10 seconds when I just started it. That's weird. Okay, flag race. 20? Never mind. Alright. Maybe I'll draw more than 1 winner, actually, because there's so many people who are entering right now. I'll draw... Well, I want to give them all away by the end of the week. Fucking Bukhara said he will give the extra, so it says 2, 3, 5, 7, if it's like 15, holy shit. And then YouTube, half, 8, 7, 1, Fuck it. I'll give 3. I will draw 3 winners from this. 3 times the chances. Because I'm a benevolent god. I mean... Mushroom streamer. It's basically the same. We are the gods of Twitch, honestly, at this point. MapleStory, biggest category on Twitch. Biggest hype. 64-bit client coming in. Most suction. By far. So many people entering. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, I'll draw right after Flag Race, okay? This is gonna be a really weird video. Oh yeah, so for the people on YouTube who are somehow still watching this and wondering what the fuck is going on, we're giving away free progression sessions. I will also be giving away at least 1, but maybe even more, to anyone in the comment section who comments that they would also like a free progression session, that they could really use one. I will also draw winners from there because I've gotten a lot of support from my community to give away these sessions for free with the holiday spirit in mind. So leave a comment if you're on YouTube. Make sure that you let me know that you also would like one of these sessions, and then you too could receive a free session. All right. With that being said, if you don't want to wait for that, or whatever, you're more financially free, whatever the fuck. Well, I jumped. Oh, it's fucking cringe. And now my momentum is going to make me fly off of this. This is why they say men can do two things at once, huh? Yep. Beautiful. All right. Maybe you can still get rank 15 if we're lucky here. Usually I get like top 5 on this. Of course, this one is the one that goes on YouTube. Beautiful. Actually, I win this one a lot of times. Check my VODs if you don't believe me. Now I already got lapped twice. The guy in first place probably is finishing in like 3 seconds. All because one jump key didn't go off when I pressed it. Feels good, man. I still blame the fucking NX effects, bro. Too many weird-ass NX effects going off, just blocking my vision. Really annoying. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. If you want to get a progression session and you want to get it guaranteed, you don't want to be, relying on the fucking green card lottery here, then all you got to do is check the description of the video and follow the instructions and hit me up. And that'll be that. All right, we have like 30 seconds here to draw some winners. We just passed some people here. What do you get? Rank 8? Ugh, yikes. Cool. Wow, this race was also 12 seconds faster than the one that my Kana's in. All right. Exclamation mark ticket Scardor. Okay. Update preview out right now. Update preview up right now. For MapleStory? For our update? Yeah, Flicker of Light update preview. Cool shit. Okay, that'll be another video though. We're not. You guys aren't getting that in one video. You get putting that in another video. All right, let's draw winners. Close giveaway. 41 people joined. Yikes. Wait, 41. That's a lot. Hang on. Should I draw? Oh my god, how many winners should I draw? I want to draw all the winners by the end of the Friday session. So I have 3 more sessions. So, no, I'm drawing 3. I'm drawing 3 from 41. Okay, so you got like a 1 in 14 chance to win, which is like a little bit more than 7%, right? 7% chance to win, boys. It's a golden opportunity. If you compare this to the rates of getting a permanent pet, or to the rates of, okay, let's, oh wait, it'll show you on stream who wins. Okay, here we go. Winner number 1. I almost clicked refund giveaway. Why is that button more appealing to me than draw winner? Draw winner. Bam. Nabes top. Nabes T top 1. Pog. All right. Check exclamation mark progression. Click the second link and basically follow who? Basically follow the instructions as if you pay the $20. Okay. 20 euros actually. All right. Second winner is bam, Handman Dan. We know that boy. Can I give away mine? Sure. Do you want me to just throw it back into the pile, or do you want me to just draw another winner? Also, guys, if you don't want to win, just don't fucking enter, please. I throw it back in. All right, cool. Handban Dan, do you want it, or do you want me to also throw a ban in for you? Why did you say wait? Wait, what giveaway? Dude, if you weren't here, then that's fine. Okay, then you don't get... Let me think for a second. All right, I'll let you think for a second as I draw my actual first winner. Sun Settling. Do you want it? Or see, this is why I didn't do the fucking giveaway this way, all right? Because you cringe lords all join in, but you don't even want it, all right? And then I'm stuck here looking like an idiot. Does Sun Settling want it? Okay, sure, why not? That is the motivation I'm looking for. Half of the people here are like dying for progression help. And then meanwhile, Handman Dan is here like, okay, sure, why not, I guess. You know, it's only worth like 20 euros. Some people are completely out of money for like a year. But I mean, I guess I can take the progression session if I really have to. Okay. Is Sun Settling getting? I'll take it. PogChamp. Look, that's what I'm looking at. I'll take it. PogChamp. There we go. Right. So we have two winners right now. Okay. So now we draw our actual third one. Okay. Here we go. Bam. Pirat Kala. Look at that boyo right there. Wait, a 2.4% chance of winning. Oh yeah, but that's because I draw. That's like if I draw one winner. Kala, you won the third one. I don't want it, Keg W. Fuck you. Okay, I'm drawing another one. If that was a joke, then you just got fucked. Lost Coconuts. I drew Lost Coconuts as the third winner. Lost Coconuts, you want it, need it, love it, want it, receive it? Yes? If I got one more person saying that they don't actually want it. He went to look for coconuts, re-roll. Wait, is that that true? Buy it, twist it, bop it, send it, rig it. I'll take it. Cool. All right, let me add you to the list. Where's my list? Oh god, I had a list. Oh, I overwrote it with weird shit. Wait, where's that? Okay, hang on. New. So we have Sun Settling. Oh no, and we have Handman. Oh yeah, thank you for everyone who was subbing, by the way. Smidley, thank you for gifting 5 subs. Donate Nico Cyanides, Milady, Civilly, and Sunamuna. Welcome to the Scardor. Thank you so much, Smidley. Really appreciate it, my dude. Thank you, thank you. Hemanan, Sun Settling. Who won yesterday? It was Aller, right? Aller, like that, I think. And Lost Coconuts. Sun Settling, Hanmandan, Coconuts. Check exclamation mark progression. Click the second link. Or click the picture of like the scrawny guy getting into the... becoming the super buff guy. In the bottom of my stream description. Click the second link. Follow the instructions. And I'll get back to you before the end of the week to like schedule a session. But for this week, I'm like pretty booked, so it'll be next week. Okay. Same goes for Eller. I'll schedule everything in the weekend so that we can get it done next week. Okay. So don't make your full album yet if you think you're going to be changing a lot before next week. Although we do have the 30% off coming this Saturday. Well, basically for all of you guys, all right. If you have some money, you have a bunch of stuff below 15 stars, and it's stuff that you're going to keep, and it can go beyond 15, then use this Sunday's 30% off to get it to 15, okay? Safeguard if you don't have backups. If you have backups, don't safeguard. All right, there you go. That's free advice ahead of time for you and everyone in the chat. All right, cool. Refund giveaway? No. Close giveaway. Mark giveaway as completed. Mark as completed. Done. So, to wrap it up, for the people at home who for some reason are still watching this godforsaken video, comment if you would also like to win a progression session. I will draw at least one winner from the comment section, but possibly more. It looks like the grand total of sessions that I'll be able to give away with the promised donations that I have, will be 15 in total. So that's huge. A lot of chances to win. If you don't win on YouTube, tune into the stream, and then after the stream when I do one of these, tomorrow I'll be doing another one, and Friday I'll also be doing another one. And right after this, we'll be looking at the stream preview, so, you know, you'll probably see that pop up on your YouTube feed in a little bit too. Alright, bye YouTubers, and come to Twitch. It's way cooler. It's live and everything. You can interact with me live. You don't have to like send a message and then hope that I reply. You could just come in here, drip in, settle in, join the Champions Club, okay? Okay. Peace.